Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa Cantu. I'm so happy you are here today. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I will be talking all things mindset, manifestation, wellness, and so much more. So I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm actually in my RV, which is something that we are going to talk about today. This is something that this topic is actually about. So the other day I was talking to my husband and he was telling me about an article he had read about Vince Young. It's a football player that from the time he was in college, he had followed. And then he kind of just fell out of the NFL scene when it was a story about what happened to Vince Young. And when my husband was telling me the story, he got pretty emotional because he was talking about one of the things that Vince Young had from a very young age, who had not grown up in the best living situation, familial situation. He had always envisioned what his life was going to be like. He would sit up in a tree and he would he would dream about the car he would be driving, where he would be in his life. And, he goes on to talk about in this article how he had, not without realizing, achieved a lot of these things in his life, even down to driving his dream car, which was a Bentley. And so one of the things that really had stood out to my husband was the fact that this is something I'm a big believer in, something we've done from a very early start to our relationship. We're about to be 15 years of being together and 12 years married. So this is something we've done a lot of, which is why we're here in our RV. This is something we have visualized. This is something we have dreamed about and made it a goal. So let me get to what we're actually talking about. So it's visualization, if you did not pick up on that. The whole story about Vince Young and understanding where he was in his life. And no matter what, he saw something better. And what I love about visualization, it's actually practicing that imagery, practicing that visual of what you want in your life, in your business, in your career, your relationships, whatever it may be. Visualization is a really good tool. Actually, there's multiple tools for visualization, but it's a really good way to start getting in embodying the feeling of what you want, that dream, the goals that you want. So visualization is basically creating that vision in your mind, walking it through, feeling all the different senses, feeling the smells, the sensation, the emotions. It's really connecting that physical, emotional piece to the dream. And using visualization is a really good way to play out some of the things that you want in your life. So if there's something really big that you want to accomplish in your life, really getting the visual in your mind is a good way to start. It helps create these goals without even knowing. Sometimes we go into these setting goals, and if you watched my last video, I talked about the 6 different areas that you can set goals in. So if you're wanting to if you're really wanting to focus on a certain area of your life, then you're able to really walk through the visualization in your mind. But then it's taking it further than that, right? So now you've created that vision in your mind. What can you do with it, right? What are the different things that you can do? And first and foremost, my favorite is writing. Writing in a journal, especially. One of my favorite things to do is really reflect. I don't dwell, and I said this in the last video, I don't dwell on the past, but I do reflect on the things that have worked, what haven't worked. I also use it as a way to jot down ideas, to get my feelings out. It's really how I've helped heal some of my childhood wounds and trauma. It's a way that I can just escape from the social media, escape from all the busyness around me, and just take some time to kind of be with me. And what else I love about writing, and I'm going to get a little scientific here, is that it actually activates the reticular activating system. I had to look down. And what that does is that it helps you sort through all the crazy busy thoughts. We on average have about 50 to 60,000 thoughts in a day. Now, whether we focus on one, whether we get through the whole thought process doesn't mean that we're working through every 50,000 or so thoughts. That's how many pop in through our mind and in our subconscious. So what it does is it really helps sort through that, so that when you are in these situations, when you are in the busy and the hustle and bustle, it helps you kind of be one track minded and focus on one thing at a time. So writing really helps with that. And one thing that I love about writing is that you're actually able to record all of your things throughout the year. So I really love being able to do multiple things in my journal. Setting goals, again, is something that we talked about in the last video. And that's kind of my area of expertise. It's what I love. I consider myself a goal digger. It's something that I set daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, 5 years, 10 years, constantly changing. But the big picture, the big goals, they're there. And so one of my favorite things also to do when doing visualization is sitting in meditation. If I'm wrapping up meditation, using the last few minutes to just close my eyes and kind of visualize how I want my day to look like. If I'm very stressed out that day, I like to walk myself through it not being so stressed out. I'm connecting with that happy, that joy, that being present. So visualization is not so much always about the big picture. It's also about just the daily, right? Sometimes we have tough days where we do need to just have a little bit of a timeout. So we take a break. That's why meditation. So yeah, journaling is one of my favorite ways to, once I do the visualization, once I've kind of gone through, is kind of write out my emotions, write out my thoughts, some of the things I may have seen or felt, whatever. So journaling is a really good way. But one of my biggest favorite ways with visualization is really taking it into that physical form, and that's the vision board. I've been doing vision boards for years. Since I was a teenager, I had vision boards without knowing they were vision boards. I would stick a bunch of pictures and quotes and things that were inspirational on my bedroom wall. As I've gotten older, I've learned to create vision boards. I've done vision boards for weight loss. I've done vision boards for yearly goals, for business goals. And what I really love is that you're able to have something that you can physically look at. I actually, if you're in the Dallas area, I've got a class that I'm teaching. It's more of a party. It's the new moon and vision board party, and where meditation, visualization, and then we'll go through journaling, and then we'll actually create a physical vision board. And a vision board can be also digital. So, your phone, they've got wallpapers that you can create using several tools. Canva is my favorite. And then, as far as the vision board itself, it's something that you can look at and really check in with it often, versus like actually walking through that visualization. So it really helps have that in your face as a reminder, putting it somewhere where you're able to get in, so the vision board just really helps create that clear vision so that you can see and touch and check in with it daily. So these are things that I love to do for visualization, taking it to the next level. Daydreaming is something I've done as a kid. I always have envisioned things and have really enjoyed being able to see some of that come to reality, like the RV. So like I mentioned at the beginning, about that whole Vince Young, he's one of many, many, many stories that have all started through visualization. So this is something very easy to do. So it can be hard for those who have maybe blocks or barriers, traumas. So it can take some time to get to that point, to work through some of that. And that's where that journaling, the meditation really come into place. So I'd love to hear your feedback. Tell me what you think. Do you visualize? Are you a daydreamer? What have you brought to reality? Drop in the comments, let me know. Otherwise, I hope this video has helped you. Again, with visualization, there is so much more to it. So start easy, start simple, do a few minutes, just kind of visualize, what you're wanting in your life, in your business, in your career, in your relationships, and see where it takes you. Well, that is all I have for you today. I look forward to seeing you next time. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. Otherwise, let me know in the comments below again about the visualization, and I will see you next time. Bye.